I have recently started this regimen of after work, I'll go sit in the hot tub, which is, even though it's 104 degrees,
Warm tub.
It's cool. Like it's actually like I turn the heater off and I'll watch a podcast like that I'd like to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I'll sit in the steam room for maybe like 20 minutes. But I'm not thinking about ideas. I'm just unwinding from the day. You know, it's after that's all done, then it's at like that before dinner to like after dinner spot. Like I have this like 2 hour period where like, cool, like the whiskey is flowing good. We had good food. We're about to have good food. We're like chilled down. We're cleaned up. I'm hanging with you, and ideas could be flowing. But when there's constant distractions of like, let's do this other thing. Like it almost interferes with the signals that
right.
could be coming.
Oh, because you're not even really, you're not in the space yet to think creatively. You're just go. What's the next thing? Like we're doing this.
Yeah. Just because just because the activity that you're doing should be a relaxing thing. Like let's say going to the pool. It's a relaxing thing. Doesn't mean it's a relaxing thing for you. Mm-hmm. A relaxing thing for me is sitting or laying and not doing anything, but consuming either the television or music or whatever. That is relaxing to me.
The recharging thing.
It's like the same way, you know, the old saying, people will say like, you need a vacation from your vacation. Mm-hmm. You went to a tropical place. You did tropical things, but you're also in the middle of that chaos of the travel and doing and packing and unpacking and
trying to like sightsee and see everything and make the most of your trip.
You didn't just lounge and do nothing. You know, so that's kind of where it comes from.
Although everybody always wants to, but they don't end up doing that.
So the most frustrating thing ends up happening is we'll have a deadline and be like, okay, so the first I have to start a video. And you can go, what's the video going to be? Well, I have it narrowed down to 1 or 3 things. Cool. What's going to make it special? You're like, I don't know. And that's the part that is sometimes a little scary too, because you go, well, like, well, is this video then going to be a dud? It's going to cost a lot of money to make, and then it's just going to flop. Like that's when it sucks. It's the best. It's the best. Like when we landed on the idea for this last video of the playground build of like what the hook is, and it's like, it just so happens that there was bears in that area, and we got that, and that came on like the second or third day, and it was so exciting. You're like, we have a hook, we have a spin, we have a thing. But if that never happened, I don't know what the hook for the video would have been. It would have just been a little playground kind of thing. Right. It was not that impressive. It was cool. It's not as, but it was so. You
have to have those, yeah.
It's the ideas are they're like your magic potion, and you gotta find it and drink that potion. But when you're constantly going at such a fast pace, you're not allowing yourself to get to that place, and you don't survive in it. Like there's an old saying, it's that old saying, but they say like in YouTube, you only have 10 good years in YouTube, and then after that, your YouTube career is over. And I think that happens because people, it either mentally, let's say they're like the super famous Jake Pauls or something like that. Maybe the fame gets to them, they go a little bit brain crazy. Or there's other people who like they don't evolve, they just do the same thing until that trend is over. But then there's also a group of people who stay there a very, very, very long time, like PewDiePie. And those are the people who have evolved. And in order to evolve, you have to have ideas. In order to have ideas, you have to create room to receive ideas.
Yeah, I think it's the people who are constantly chasing that, like, how do I, be even more creative? How to have even better ideas and chasing that versus like, well, this is working for me right now. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. I think you're really good at that, is like kind of trying to step outside the box, even though you know something's working well right now. That doesn't mean it's going to work well in the next even year or two. I think you're really good at that, seeing like, okay, how do we what is it called? Elevate it even more.
How do you evolve, elevate, or keep moving?
Yeah.
You know, it's like the thought that if I don't allow room for that kind of evolution to take place, my career on YouTube is going to be over very quickly, and I will have to go find a different job. And that's something that I never want to do. So I have to be able to experiment. I have to be constantly discontent, and I have to be constantly creating places where the inspirations would come for the next thing to evolve into. So That's very important for the longevity. And so like I have to
Right.
be able to say no to a lot of things and find things that recharge me and find things that don't just keep me busy, but keep me inspired.
Yes, and make you happy.
Absolutely.
Because if you're constantly working and chasing that dream, but then internally you just feel like you're, I don't know, slowly not, I don't know, like losing yourself.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's going to eventually come back to bite you too.
Well, I'm glad we're ending it on a good note. This is a fun note. It's nice. One day we'll all die. We're going to die, people. That's all it is.
Don't lose yourself.
Don't lose yourself.
Hey, thanks for watching our Next Door Neighbors podcast.
And be sure to capture the full episode anywhere podcasts are streamed and including our YouTube channel, Next Door Neighbors.